Good evening and greetings from Phnom Penh. Today, October 3rd. Tonight we move beyond the immediate headlines to deliver a critical report on the Cambodia-Thailand border. The situation is a test of wills. Cambodia's commitment to the rule of law versus Thailand's reliance on the rule of force. We reiterate Cambodia's commitment. Cambodia, having emerged from a painful history of conflict, seeks only to uphold the precious peace that we have and retain what is ours. Cambodia has no desire to invade anybody. However, Thailand's response to this conflict has been marked by unacceptable, ridiculous, and aggressive unilateralism. The necessity for international scrutiny, wherever you are around the world, has never been greater. Today, as we speak, the Interim Observer Team, called the IOT, comprised of ASEAN defense attaches, visited the critical Banteay Meanchey border area. Their presence today is a direct result of Cambodia's persistent appeal to the world, to all of you, providing neutral witnesses to Thailand's aggression. I want to let you know that your support and your voice for peace and for justice and the sovereignty of Cambodia has been effective, but there's still more work to be done. This international scrutiny today with the Interim Observer Team of ASEAN defense attaches on the border of Thailand and Cambodia in the Banteay Meanchey province area is critical. This scrutiny is vital because, unfortunately, the attacks have not stopped. The reality is that just days after Thai forces fired mortars and small arms at our Anseh base on September 27th, Cambodian patrols continue to be threatened. Cambodia has exercised maximum restraint and did not return fire, demonstrating Cambodia's absolute commitment to peace. There has been attempts to draw Cambodia further into this conflict, and it has required extreme restraint, but we're very thankful to the leadership here in the Cambodian government that have exercised maximum restraint. While Cambodia adheres to the ceasefire, Thailand engages in a cynical propaganda war. Listen, I think in this day and age that we can all read between various lines and get to what the real stories are. And again, we've seen Thai media outlets publishing false claims that Cambodian forces are the aggressors. These claims have been explicitly refuted by statements by observers as well as soldiers on the ground. This context frames the crisis. Cambodia seeks peace, dialogue, and transparency. Let me say it again. Cambodia seeks peace, dialogue, and transparency. Unfortunately, Thailand seeks to impose a unilateral solution by force. The most profound attack on Cambodia's sovereignty is Thailand's persistent pattern of violating every established legal framework. We must expose the ridiculous logic that drives these unilateral actions. First of all, there's the hypocrisy of bilateral talks, which is logically absurd. Thailand, as you may well know, vehemently rejects the ICJ, the International Court of Justice, and any United Nations mediation, insisting that this conflict must be solved, quote unquote, bilaterally. This is the logic of the bully. As the militarily superior party in the two parties, Thailand demanding bilateral talks is demanding a negotiation where the only leverage is the threat of force, which violates the United Nations Charter principle of peaceful resolution amongst equal sovereign states. Then, of course, we have the rejection of the Franco-Siam maps, which is illegally self-serving. Thailand, as you may know, insists that the 1904-1907 Franco-Siam treaties and the associated map are invalid, preferring its own unilaterally drawn maps. This is illogical because if you think about it, the MOU 2000 from the year 2000, the same treaty they claim to respect explicitly affirms the Franco-Siam treaties as the legal basis for the entire demarcation process. Unfortunately, Thailand selectively accept the framework but reject its binding historical foundation. It's ridiculous. And then, of course, recently we have the threatening of the MOU 2000 cancellation, which is illegal and aggressive. Thailand is now holding a political referendum to revoke the MOU 2000. This is illegal, as the MOU is a UN-registered treaty and cannot be terminated unilaterally. The threat is purely aggressive, designed to create a legal vacuum that clears the way for military occupation and seizure. Of course, we have the breaching of the ceasefire, the construction and the LRAD, which is a blatant violation of good faith. Thailand has repeatedly violated the ceasefire by continuing illegal construction of bunkers, deploying LRAD sonic weapons against civilians, and launching attacks on September 27th. The ceasefire requires that we maintain the status quo. Every aggressive military movement is an act of bad faith that proves an intent to seize territory under the cover of negotiation. And then, of course, unfortunately, very sadly, we still have the unlawful detention of 18 Cambodian soldiers, which is a direct violation of the Geneva Conventions. The continued detention of the 18 Cambodian soldiers captured after the ceasefire is not military action. It is cynical political hostage taking. This violates Article 118 of the Third Geneva Convention, which mandates release immediately upon cessation of hostilities. So, the source of this instability remains clear. Thailand's deeply flawed internal politics, where the military's power is unchecked and its decisions are often illogical. We're now at a critical juncture where the international community must stand up for what is right. Cambodia's unwavering demand is that we are fighting for the legal high ground. Not the bullies' high ground, but the legal's high ground, demanding respect for the frameworks that cost years of diplomacy to build. First of all, with the hostages and rights, we demand the immediate and unconditional release of the 18 Cambodian soldiers and an end to illegal threats of life imprisonment and the 30-day eviction ultimatum against Cambodian citizens in disputed territories. We also demand that there must be dialogue, not force. We demand that Thailand drop the threat of the referendum, cease all military construction, and immediately engage constructively with the JBC, the Joint Boundary Commission. And we also demand international oversight. The world must hear and heed our call. The IOT at the moment is on the ground, the International Observer Team, but its mandate must be empowered. We implore and demand that the United Nations and ASEAN leaders use the evidence that they possess to force Thailand to just comply with the rules that they have repeatedly sworn to uphold. In conclusion, Cambodia is not yielding. Our commitment to peace and dialogue and peaceful resolution is resolute. But at the same time, our defense of sovereignty is also absolute. We will continue to champion international law, and we hope that you can join us. And we demand that Thailand abandon the futile, self-destructive path of military aggression and political chaos now. Thank you for joining us this evening. That concludes our special report tonight. We'll be bringing you more updates here soon. Good night from Phnom Penh. I'm Jesse McCall. Chap chap kan mok.
ត្រយ៉ងនាំសារពិតគ្រប់ទីកន្លែង